Every one of our MDiv students spends time in the workplace alongside of a person in an ordinary job, listening to the issues and questions and thinking through how the church would be able to empower that person to see that work as ministry and as full-time service to God. You know, when I hear somebody say I'm going into full-time ministry, besides feeling like I want to throw up, not because they're going into a Christian service career, but because it communicates the thought that there's part-time option, and there isn't. The easiest way to see that something you would be doing is ministry is to be involved in what is traditionally called pastoral ministry, where you're helping people come to know God and love Him and experience His healing, renewal, and transformation in their persons. And that's always the top of the heap. In fact, missionary is the top of the heap. Then you go down to a pastoral. If you can't be a missionary, you can at least be a pastor. If you can't be a pastor, then you should be a youth worker. Now, if you can't do that, then something else that is direct service to your neighbor, like being a doctor, a counselor, you know, these would be a particular vocational counselor or a psychological counselor. So now all of these you say, yeah, I'm really serving God, I'm serving my neighbor, and I'm doing the ministry, you know. Now, admittedly, those last categories aren't quite as holy as being a missionary is definitely the top. Well, martyr is even higher. Now when you get down into business and politics and the trades, and I was a carpenter for 6 years, it seems harder to understand that you're actually serving your neighbor in what you're doing it. The reason is you are serving your neighbor indirectly rather than directly. If you, as I have done, read from Genesis to Revelation and underlined every word that explains God working, as you find besides saving souls and redeeming, He creates, He embellishes and makes things beautiful, He communicates, He teaches and instructs, He judges, He destroys. And I have a list of several hundred different words to describe God at work. I just finished making a kayak, stitch and sew plywood kayak for my 8 grandchildren. And it's beautiful. It's also functional, but it's beautiful. And I just think that that is as much a ministry as teaching a class here at Regent.